What's good, everybody? Welcome to Bowler's Paradise. My name is Ben. I'm a USBC Silver Certified Coach, and today we are taking a look at the all-new Endeavor from Brunswick. Before we fire this one up, be sure you subscribe to the channel. It's free, it's easy, and it is the best way to help us bring you the best non-biased and cross-brand reviews in bowling. While you're down there, be sure you hit that notification bell too so you don't miss out on the next review. Brunswick breaks the HK22 mold by bringing a heavy hitter to their advanced line of bowling balls with this all-new Endeavor. Using the same cover as what was featured on the Attitude, the Activator Plus 3.0 Pearl cover finished to 1500 polished out of the box, the Endeavor is powered inside by a new engine, the tiered hexagon core. This core features a slow-spinning 254 RG and a medium 045 differential. For the layout, I went with a 4.5 by 3.5 by 3.5 2LS layout. Since this one is on the weaker side, I had no problem drilling this one strong. It really puts off the same vibe as the hyroad Pearl, just with some newer cover technology, and I have had a ton of success drilling hyroad strong in the past. The hope was to maximize the performance on the lane for mid-lane read, but also continuation through the pins. And on the lanes, I got most of what I had hoped for. I can't say I fell in love with this one right away, as the reaction was a bit over-under to start, but once I got a feel for it, the Endeavor did what I was intending it to do on most shots. It was interesting to get a Brunswick Pearl in my hands again that didn't have that HK22 base material, as it really does see the lane differently, but I see that as a really positive thing. Because even though it might not be as strong as, say, the Hazmat or the Ethos, the Endeavor fits in a specific place in a fully formed arsenal. Due to its unique core numbers and the weaker cover, this one can be used both to control the lane, but also to open it up. The success of the Endeavor is going to be highly reliant upon the person throwing the ball understanding what it can do and what it can't do given the oil conditions. That kind of versatility isn't something we see a lot of in today's releases, but it is a welcomed addition in my book. On the list of downsides, there's really only one. This Endeavor will be good when you throw it well in the right part of the lane, but it will probably stink if you don't. At this box surface, I didn't have too much room for error, and I'm by no means a great bowler, so I paid the price on my bad shots. Now later in the video, I decided to take some of the shine off and sand it to a 3000 grit, which aided tremendously, but that was because this house shot called for it. If you understand surface and how to manipulate a bowling ball, this one will be great. If not, I might recommend you look for something else. But also, if you paired this one with an Infinity and an Ebonite 1 Encore, I think you'd be able to get the most out of the Endeavor when it's right. This pairing of three choices is really meant to keep you in a similar part of the lane for extended periods of time. The Infinity is the strongest and smoothest, then the Encore is a bit cleaner but sharper off the spot. Once both of these balls are too much, the Endeavor should be able to blend out the wet-dry to keep you in the pocket and carrying the corners. Jumping to our cross-brand comparisons, I first took a look at the Storm Journey, and here you can see a good amount of overlap between it and the Endeavor. It's a little earlier and rolls off the spot a little heavier, but once the Endeavor gets a few games into it, I think you're going to see a very similar path to and through the pins, with the Endeavor actually having a slight edge over the Journey from deeper inside. Then I grabbed the Supra Rally from Motive and actually see a pretty different shape. The Supra has become a sort of one-trick pony for me in that it just wants to be thrown as straight as possible. When I can keep my angles in front of me, it's great. But when I have to get in and cover some boards, the Endeavor has a clear advantage over this one from Motive. But with that, here's my recommendations on the types of bowlers that I think would match up well with the Endeavor. The first is tournament bowlers. If you're out there on tough conditions bowling 14 games in one day, having a ball like the Endeavor is almost a necessity, especially as a righty. This one will be great when the lanes are cooked and you have to get the ball through the fronts without it dying down lane, and can also be used earlier in the day when you have to control the transition without getting too far inside. The second recommendation is for bowlers who bowl in a high friction environment. If you're still bowling on wood lanes, or your center has older pro anvil lanes, or you just generally struggle to keep the ball on the correct side of the head pin, the Endeavor will give you the length down the lane you want and the pop off the spot to strike in bunches. The all-new Endeavor from Brunswick isn't their most technologically advanced release of the year, but in the right hands will certainly give those striving to improve on the lanes an advantage over their competition. And you can pick this up today and much more at bowlersparadise.com. Be sure to use the discount code YouTube at checkout for free shipping. Thank you to my friend Nick Pluff for the drilling of this piece, and to Dale's Weston Lanes for letting us film this video. If you haven't yet, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell for more ball and product reviews, but as always, remember you guys, Having the right ball in your hands, oh, that's a bowler's paradise. Peace.